here's the plan, Curly. At exactly 11 o'clock, we park the car here, right in front of the Third National Bank. We leave the motor running, you understand? And you cover the guard, and I will hand the note to the teller, and we're out with the loot by 11:10. And they won't even know it hit him.
Pete, you're a genius.
Of course, that's what it said in my aptitude test at St. Quentin.
After the job, on the way home, could we hold up a market?
A market? Why a market?
Bank jobs make me a little nervous, and I find an apple helps calm me down.
Remember, we park right in front of the bank here, and then we will go down this way here. When we split, we will cut up. All right, we stop at this market here. And then we'll cut down here. We may, we'll get out of town this way.
Honey, you got another one of those friendly letters from the Third National Bank. Your checking account is overdrawn again.
Oh, dear.
Honey, what's the matter? I give you an adequate allowance. Why are you always short at the end of the month?
Don't blame me. The months are too long.
Honey, you didn't even make it in February.
You must admit that's my closest month, Jeff.
That's right. Well, look, honey, you better get down to the bank this morning. Here's $20 and cover that check.
Okay. But I don't trust that bank.
You don't?
No, I don't. We have a sign on this bank building, and it says total deposits $40 million. So I went down there the other day, and I deposited $50 to my account, and I went back the next day, and they hadn't changed that sign.
Honey, they're probably too busy sending you these little notes to get anything else done.
So?
Hello, Mr. Conway.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bundy.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Conway?
Yes, Mr. Bundy. Would you mind taking this dress and returning it for me?
Another one?
Yeah. It's a very lovely dress, but when I got it home, it didn't fit me very well. But it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't.
No. This sales lady said to me, would you like to try on the dress in the window? And I said, no, not with all those people passing by. I'll take it home and try it on.
Well, you see, what the sales lady really meant, Mrs. Conway, was... I'll return the dress.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Conway, is it just me, or do you sometimes have trouble understanding Mrs. Conway?
Oh, she made perfect sense. Would you dress in a window?
Well, that solves my budget problem. Now that I've returned my dress, you owe me $40.
What $40?
Well, that was an $80 dress I just returned, so I'm going down to buy one for $40, which means I saved you $40. Now, where's my $40?
Honey, it's all very clear, but what happened to the $40 I saved?
Jeff, if you can't keep track of your money, it's not my fault.
Now, look, honey, it's 10:30. You better get down to the bank.
Okay, bye.
Why?
Gee, I hope I don't have any trouble. That parking lot is always so full, I have to park in front of the bank.
Well, Wendy went to the Third National Bank. She made a small deposit, and after she left, Pete and Curly made a large withdrawal. They only made one mistake. They parked their getaway car right behind Wendy's. And to make sure that she could get out, they left her 20 feet to back up. What did Wendy do? She backed up 22 feet. So Wendy left a little note on their windshield saying, I took your license number. This is my address and phone number. Call me and we'll straighten it out. Signed it, Wendy Conway, which is a nice message to leave on a bank robber's getaway car. That's like a pickpocket discovering he just lifted J. Edgar Hoover's wallet. Now, Wendy is not the world's greatest driver. You know the first time she took a driving test, she flunked turning on the ignition? But one thing she does, she obeys all the signs on the road. One day she was on the freeway coming home for dinner, and the sign said, take right lane for San Francisco. You know what she had for dinner? Broiled lobster on Fisherman's Wharf. Then she got into a car, started home, saw another sign, and called Jeff the next morning from a hotel in Seattle. He finally had to come together in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's a good thing, too. Next sign said, dog sleds only. It's not true. Well, let's see, where are we? Oh, yeah, Pete and Curly made a clean getaway with $60,000. Not $59,000, $60,000. And now that the suspense has got you sitting on the edge of your chairs, lean a little closer. Watch this.
Hi. I did what you told me to. I deposited the money in the bank, and now my account is exactly balanced.
Sweetheart, I was talking to Danny, and he told me that you gave him a $40 check.
Well, when he pays me back, I'll take the money down to the bank, and I'll balance my account again.
Wendy, I tore that check up. Honey, you cannot write a check when you don't have any money.
Then what good are checks? The only time I need them is when I run out of cash.
Honey, I'll continue my lecture on high finance when I get back. Right now, I've got a golf date with Mr. Norton.
Okay. Gee, Jeff, you better teach me how to play this game. I can't seem to miss that little plate the way you do.
Yes, Mrs. Palmer?
Who's Mrs. Palmer?
Arnold Palmer. She's one of our great golfers.
What a funny name for a woman, Palmer.
Well, it's a little later in Jefferson on the first tee by now. And, here come the brain and the appetite. It looked like they rented their clothes from the Untouchables. You're looking for somebody?
I can read.
Yeah, he can read.
You fellas don't happen to be Lassvogel and Wasserman, a dancing act.
No, we're in the banking game.
I can see that. There's a $1,000 bill sticking out of your pocket.
Yeah, I left the bank in a hurry this morning. Come on, Curly. She's in 217.
Oh, Mrs. Conway, huh? Hey, you're gonna do business with her? You better be careful. She's a very shrewd woman.
She is?
Yeah, but you'll be able to handle her. She loves apples. Don't forget to say hello to Elliot Ness.
Hello.
Mrs. Conway,
Yes?
you left this note in our car this morning.
Oh, you're the ones that were parked in the red zone in front of the bank.
Yeah, could we talk about it inside, maybe?
Yeah, come on in.
Look, lady, the first thing we gotta know is, did you report the accident?
No, I didn't, but I'll be glad to call my insurance company and have them file a police report.
No, don't bother doing that. Can't we settle this between the two of us, maybe?
If you're going to settle it between the two of you, why did you come to see me?
Excuse me. She's sharp. She's putting us on.
It's beginning to make me nervous.
Gentlemen, I am a little pressed for money right now, so if we're going to settle this without the insurance company, it has to be a fair amount.
Here it comes, Curly. She's putting the arm on us. How much?
Well,
How about a C note?
please, we're talking business. You can sing later.
She's toying with us.
I was thinking,
All right, $5,000. That should be fair enough.
$5,000, I should say not. It was just a little tiny bump like that. Why would I pay you that kind of money, huh?
Yeah, huh?
$5,000. You two are acting like hold-up men.
Hey, she's for real. Now, lady, look. We don't want you to pay us. We want to pay you.
Why?
Well, because the accident was our fault. I mean, we left our motor running and our parked car ran into yours.
That explains it. You see, I was putting my bank book in the glove compartment when I backed up, and I didn't see the accident.
Here's $100. This should take care of everything, huh?
Oh, no, I can't take that. It's too much money.
Please take it and do us a favor. Forget us. Forget this visit. And above all, forget the license number, huh?
Oh, I will. I have a very good memory for forgetting.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, it's now 7:30 at night. And, 7:30. Thanks, Gibby, for making it believable. Anyway, you know that Wendy got $100. So she gave 2 20s to Mr. Bundy to pick up a new dress she wanted. And she gave 2 20s to Danny so he can keep his date. And when Jeff came home, she gave him the 20 she owed him. This should be very interesting because the police have given the serial numbers of those 20s to every store in town. So you can tell our 3 heroes by the smoke coming out of their pockets from the hot 20s they carry. Wonder how the Wendy mob is doing.
Please, I keep telling you I'm innocent.
Sure you are. And the way we see it, you're gonna have about 10 years to keep on telling us just that.
I was only in Madame Marie's trying to buy a dress.
Now, isn't that sweet, Johnny?
Yeah, we'll let him wear it on Sundays. It'll brighten up his cell.
You're making a very serious mistake because I've got a stew simmering on my hot plate, and if you don't let me go, it'll burn.
Know something, Johnny? Maybe we did make a mistake.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should have booked him as a suburban housewife.
That's enough of this stalling. Now, where did you get those 2 hot 20s?
Where'd you stash the other 60,000?
Who was in on this heist with you?
Who drove the getaway car?
I came by bus.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're a disgrace to your profession.
I've got to take Mrs. Ferguson's dog out for a walk.
All right. All right, now we're gonna start all over again.
Oh.
Now, your name is Mr. Bundy. You live at 4820 Highland, and you're a maintenance man, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Johnny, 2 more of those hot 20s showed up. Guy by the name of Danny Adams. He bought flowers and champagne with him. Lives at 4820 Highland.
What? That's where he lives. Well, that place must be a nest of criminals.
Lock this guy up. We're gonna pick up that Adams character.
Right.
Officers,
Yeah?
while you're there, will you please turn off my stew?
Now it's my turn.
Oh, do you mind if we have some champagne first?
No.
Excuse me.
Your name Danny Adams?
Yes?
Well, I hope Roberta can stay puckered up until Danny's first visiting day. What do you think happens next? It always happens around this time. Do it.
Would you mind dimming that a little? I can't stand a bright light in my face.
Now, will you shut up, wise guy, and just answer the questions?
Now, wait a minute. I don't have to answer anything yet. Under the Constitution, I have the right to a phone call.
Okay. Here.
I know my rights. What about me?
Hello, Roberta, honey.
Roberta, honey.
Danny, what happened?
Darling, put the cork back in the champagne. This is going to take longer than I thought. What? Well, okay.
Oh, give me that. Now, you've done it. She'll never give me a low number again.
One guy buys himself a dress. This guy throwing kisses over the phone. What kind of criminals are they turning out these days?
Hold it. I'm not a criminal.
And where'd you get those 2 hot 20s?
From Wendy Conway.
Conway? She live at 4820 Highland?
No.
Yeah.
Let's go get her. She must be the brains behind the whole gang.
We got ourselves another mob barker.
I hope they don't get me under that bright light. At my age, my head'll melt. Let's go upstairs and see how Wendy Barker is doing.
Okay.
My honey, they smell delicious.
Thank you.
You know, it was such a surprise when you paid me back that 20 you owed me. I went out and bought theater tickets with it. I'm taking you to see a show tonight.
Oh, Jeff, we'll have a great time.
You know, the strangest thing happened to me at the box office. When I paid for the tickets, the cashier asked me for my name and address.
Oh?
So I gave it to him. When I left, he was making a phone call.
Well, they're probably having a contest at the theater. We may win the turkey, because this is our lucky day.
Oh, honey, you better answer that. I have to shower and change.
Okay. Don't tell me we won the turkey already.
Are you Wendy Conway?
I certainly am.
Lady, would you please give us just one answer we can understand?
If you gentlemen cannot understand my answers, then you are asking the questions all wrong. Now you sit down and I'll show you how to do it.
All right.
Johnny, will you get out of that chair?
She's got me groggy. Next thing you know, I'll be giving her my gun.
Now, will you sit down, please? He's deliberately trying to mix us up. Now, there's only one thing to do. Lady, will you take a polygraph test?
All right, I'll take one. But I had my heart set on the turkey.
It's a lie detector.
It is? Oh, you police are really clever. That looks just like a telephone.
Would you tell Lieutenant Comstock to bring his equipment and set up a lie detector test? Oh, and tell him it isn't going to be easy.
Johnny, we picked up another 20. Here's his name. And he lives at the same address.
You know, the police could save a lot of money if they moved their headquarters over here.
Oh, Mr. Burns, have you seen Wendy? I've got tickets to the theater tonight, and when I went in to get dressed, I came out and she was gone.
I wouldn't worry about it. You'll join her in a few minutes. Back here comes your carpool. Gentlemen, this is Jeff Conway.
How do you do?
I'm having 1,000 cards printed. George Burns, heel.
Well, now, the operation of this machine is very simple. I merely ask you a series of questions and you answer. Through changes in your breathing and blood pressure, which will be indicated on this graph, I can determine the truthfulness of your answers. Well, now, before we start, are there any questions?
Yes. How does this work?
Now, to get a level, I'll ask you a harmless question. Do you like ice cream?
No.
Mrs. Conway, according to the graph, you seem to be lying.
I am. I'm on a diet and I don't want anybody to know I had ice cream today.
Then you like ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. Now we have a level. We'll start with word association. I'll say a word and you say the first word that comes into your mind.
Okay.
Dog.
Cat.
Night.
Day.
Spoon.
Fork.
Hold up.
Garter belt.
Garter belt.
Do you think they stay up by themselves?
We'll start again.
All right.
White.
Black.
Green.
Yellow. Pink.
Blue.
Tan.
Brown. Mrs. Conway.
You're doing fine, look.
Did you hold up the Third National Bank this morning?
Now, why would I do that? Every time I need money, I just write checks.
Well, I don't believe it, but you're telling the truth.
Well, Wendy finally remembered the license number of the getaway car, and the police followed a trail of apple cores and picked up Curly and Pete. They confessed, and the Wendy mob is on the loose again. Here they come. 4 hardened criminals.
Hi, Mr. Burns.
Hello. Well, it's nice to have you all back home again.
My stew, it's burning. Mr. Burns, is Roberta still waiting for me?
She's burning, too. Well, Wendy, you had quite an exciting day today, huh?
Yeah, but it didn't turn out to be as lucky as I thought. We didn't get to the theater, and we didn't even win the turkey. And even though I answered every single question right, that man wouldn't give me the machine.
It's a shame.
Now, look, honey, if we hurry, we can still make the theater.
Oh, good.
Oh, no. I gave the tickets away.
To whom?
The detectives. They had the roughest day of all.
Don't you worry. worry, sweetheart. We can have just as much fun staying home. We can eat my cookies, and we can play the most marvelous game I just learned. Brown.
Blue.
Yellow.
Pink.
Love.
Wendy.
Television, sponsor, commercial. Do it. Mr. Bundy, I want to thank you for sharing your stew with me.
That's quite all right, Mr. Burns. This is an Irish stew. And you know, a real Irish stew always calls for a little something to go with it. And,
You're right.
I see you have the glasses.
You bet. Oh, this will go just right with Irish stew. Toora-lora-lora. Toora-lora-lora. Hush. Now don't you cry. Toora-lora-lora. 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 That's an Irish lullaby. Good night, everybody.